growing up, you know, I had a knowledge of Christ, but not any. I was never saved. Barb and I met Barb in 1984, and we started dating, and we dated for 4 years and got married in 1988. Then we moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, so I could go to school. And from there, we moved to Tupelo, Mississippi. And it's in Tupelo where we got saved. Barbara was saved first, and as a result of her being saved is why I was saved. She, well, maybe you need to tell.
Well, I was raised Catholic, and the baby of 6, so I'm pretty spoiled. Mike keeps me spoiled, it's good. But we partied a lot when we were dating, and drinking wasn't really a bad thing to me because I had grown up around it. It just really wasn't a big deal. And we got, like he said, we got married and moved away, and fell like right back in the party scene with a new group of friends. He went to college in Alabama, and we lived in Tupelo because there was nothing in that town but that college.
Yeah, the Walmart closed at 7, so there wasn't any opportunity for me to live there. So I commuted to Hamilton from Tupelo.
One day, a girl I was working with, I asked her if there was a free pregnancy place, and she told me the name of it, and the name of it is Save a Life of Tupelo. And I went, and my test that day was negative, but the lady that gave me the test showed an abortion film. And being a volunteer at the Pregnancy Resource Center, usually when you have a married client, you don't show them an abortion film, you show them a baby film because they're so excited to be pregnant. So that was such a God thing for me that they showed an abortion film, because 4 years earlier we aborted our first baby. So anyway, all I could think about for the next 3 days was that film, and they had given me a card with a hotline number on it, and they said, if you ever want to talk to us, call this number, anytime. So I called the number one night. Mike was at work, and I got a hold of a lady, and she said, I've not had an abortion, but my director has, and if you will give me your number, I'll have her call you right back. I was like, oh no, this is something my husband and I do not ever talk about. I'm not going to give you my number. And she's like, please, I promise if she doesn't call you right back, or if she can't, I'll call you. And I just really didn't want to give my number, but I did, and that was really another God thing. And anyway, we hung up, and the phone rang right away, and I don't remember much of the conversation except I was just crying, and I said, I'm tired of hurting, and can you help me? And the lady was like, yes, will you come up here and meet with me tomorrow night, and bring your husband, he can talk to my husband while you and I visit. I'm like, no, you just don't understand. If we ever bring this up, we're fighting, and it's just not a good situation. And she said, I'm going to pray about this, and I'm going to hang up, and I'll see you tomorrow night. And this lady hung up. And so I was like pacing the floor and so worried, and did not want to face Mike when he got off work that night. But anyway, he came through the door, and I was up, which was a never. And he said, why are you still up? And I said, because I'm tired of hurting from the abortion, and I talked to a lady tonight that said she can help us through this. And I said, will you go with me tomorrow night and talk to her husband while I talk to this lady? And he said, sure. So it was just a God thing. And we went the next night, and she presented the plan of salvation to me, but it sounded way too easy. I wasn't going to believe that Jesus forgave me for that. And I understand he covers all our sin, but abortion's a biggie. And anyway, for the next 2 years maybe, we went to marriage counseling with them. And Mike met with another guy too, Bob McHouston. And it was a rough period for us, but very necessary. And I went through a workbook for post-abortive women. And at the end of the workbook, we had a weekend where me and 3 other ladies who had been going through the class with me, we met at the center and we shared our abortion experience with each other. It was like kind of like closure. And I remember them saying, you need to go to a room and take a notebook and a pen, and you need to just talk to God. And I've done this Bible study, okay, for like 6 or 9 months. I've answered every question I'm supposed to. But now it's just me and God in this notepad. And I remember shutting that door, and I just fell to the floor, and I just wept, and I'm just like, God, I want to believe you. I want to believe that we can get past this. And if you want to call that asking Jesus into my heart, it did. It took. And anyway, it was just an awesome day, and I still have some memories from that and some tangible things from that experience. And we were allowed to name our baby and pray about whether it was a boy or a girl, and just really give humanity to something that is called a blob of tissue and something that's not considered a baby. But I mean, that's not all of our life together. We have had 5 kids now, and been married 26 years, and
26 years and 19th.
Mhm.
Just celebrated.
And we, there have been hard times. I feel like I'm monopolizing the conversation.
Well,
You talk.
well, it was a life-changing experience that's still going on today. And there was a time in my life before Jesus that I couldn't imagine, life, not living life the way I did, and having fun, and didn't think I would be able to have fun as a Christian. But boy, was I wrong. I have so much more fun now than I ever did before, and enjoy life so much more. And, I wake up Sunday morning, I have no regrets, and I feel good. So it's incredible.